candlelight vigil that was meant to honor a 14-year-old boy who died over the weekend instead turned violent as police say they had to arrest 5 people. The vigil was called to remember Jason Panzino, a middle school student in Stanton who died on a camping trip in the George Washington National Forest. Officers say the gathering became disruptive at Gypsy Hill Park tonight, but those that attended the vigil tell a much different story than police. Our Philip Townsend joins us in the Augusta County newsroom to explain what both sides are saying. Philip?
Val, nearly 100 kids gathered at the park to remember their friend Jason Panzino. Officers were called to the vigil early on by residents, and that's when they say things escalated.
What was supposed to be a peaceful vigil for a close friend quickly turned into something much different.
It was fine all the way up until the cops showed up and started busting everything. Then everybody just pretty much went ballistic. People were hysterical. People were crying, running around, screaming, like angry.
Chris Lunsford was one of many students at the vigil. He watched as officers did all they could to control what they say became a disruptive situation.
What were the cops saying to you guys?
They were telling us to get out of the park and screaming at us, telling us that if we didn't get out, we were going to get bit. And they had like this canine dog chasing people up the hill and stuff.
Sergeant Chad Kaufman was one of the first officers on the scene. He says they were called to the vigil after a resident trying to get through the park was blocked by some of the kids.
Several people were given multiple chances to leave the area. It became necessary to take a few of them in custody because they just wouldn't leave.
That's when police say some of the kids got more and more rowdy, many refusing to cooperate with officers. But attendees like Lunsford say officers used unnecessary force.
A really close friend of mine and my best friend's little sister, they threw her in the car pretty much head first, literally, and she's 15 years old.
But Kaufman stands behind the department's actions, and he says it was never their intention to break up the vigil in the first place.
We did what was necessary. Our goal was to prevent anyone from getting hurt, and in a situation such as this, we have to look at the potential for violence and try to mitigate that just as soon as we can.
3 juveniles and 2 adults were arrested, including Jason Panzino's older brother, John, who reportedly kicked out a police car window. Some of the charges include assault on a police officer and failure to leave an unlawful assembly. Now, the minors involved were released to their parents or guardians. In the Augusta County newsroom, Philip Townsend, WHSV